Witches and gentlefolk, welcome to Tabletop Tiddies, a queer and feminist live TTRPG actual play show run entirely by people of marginalized genders. My name is Charlene Bear, and I'll be your dungeon goddess this evening. My pronouns are she, they, and you can call me Char. Tonight will be our 9th episode of our D&D show, Forgotten Guardians. We're almost halfway.
Whoa, we're almost halfway there.
Whoa. I'm living on a fucking prayer to get through this. Am I right?
But before we get into the scariness that is this episode, we do want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the United States, countries who have and continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and I acknowledge that I'm recording this episode on the stolen lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh peoples, the Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. I also want to give a very, very special thank you to our Patreon producer, Paresh M. Thank you so much for supporting the show, for joining us in chat, for just being an all-around awesome human. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't do without you. My dragon-fleeing players are ready to go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I am here playing Noxx Zaros. Pronouns he, him, and he is a warlock, rogue/warlock, technically. And I am here streaming from the territories of the Semiahmoo, Katy, Coquitlam, Kwantlen, Kakate, and Tsawwassen First Nations.
Hello. My name is Kat, and I use any pronouns, and I am playing Hestia, our super armor-clad paladin, sorcerer, woohoo, fiery hot lady, and I'm currently streaming on the lands of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh Coast Salish First Nations.
Hello. My name is Sara Mayfield. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Acacius of the Brae. And he, they is a Way of the Ancients, paladin, horny satyr boy. And I am coming at you from the Stolo Matsqui, Sumash, and Kwantlen First Nations and the Noxx Indian tribe.
Hello, my name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them. And I play Florence Chance, the spooky, sexy bard human. And I'm coming from the stolen lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations.
Ocio, I'm CasperDaNBGhost. I am playing our resident Wolfie boy with an eye, who's just been there, done that, and seen too much. Waverly, Jericho. My pronouns are they, them. Their pronouns are I forget. And I'm playing from the Muskogee and Cherokee lands. Wado.
We are using Syrinscape to help make our stream more atmospheric. You can check them out at Syrinscape.com and play backing music, sound effects. You can make whole sets of world soundscapes in there, and it's for free. And they also have a paid version that gives you even more cool stuff. Also, they let you upload songs to be used in it, like we are using songs from Critical Role's album Welcome to Tal'Dorei and Welcome to Wildmount, which are available on all streaming platforms. I also gotta give a bit of, I need to be louder. Hopefully that's better. We're in the midst of a battle, which means we got some battle maps on screen. So for this week's map, we are continuing to use the Seppeku, patreon.com/CZEPEKU. They have amazing maps, which are available on their Patreon with multiple versions that unlock the higher your tier. So we are featuring also battle tokens designed by 2 Minute Tabletop, which has a library of free-to-use tokens that you can even customize yourself with a handy online builder. You can check that out at 2minutetabletop.com. Did somebody hear that, or am I going?
Yeah,
That was
no.
me. I'm sorry.
We're going crazy.
And I pass it over to Kat.
Hello. We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear, including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes, and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD Academy.com. Elderwood Academy. And that's not all. If you're watching Tabletop Tiddies live on Twitch, we wanted to take a moment to ask you to support our show by subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch sub a month, and we'd love it if you'd consider using that on us, because we're pretty cool. Twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies is the only place to watch our shows live with other members of our Tiddy committee. And by subscribing, you not only support the show, but also gain access to cool emotes like our sexy Bait Me, Glorious, we know is Glorious Marge, and our brand new Horny Jail emotes. Spam them. You can even gift subscriptions to other members of the Tiddy community to spread the love. Support the show and subscribe today at twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies. Tabletop Tiddies, yeah! There we go.
Woohoo! Potential content warnings for today's episode include undead creatures and children in dangerous situations. Without further ado, let's dive into tonight's episode of Tabletop Tiddies Forgotten Guardians. Last time on Tabletop Tiddies, the Forgotten Guardians had to deal with a few problems. Waverly was caught by a magical alarm when trying to purchase a flowery belt from a clothing shop to give to Dan's wife as a gift. The party worked together to distract the upcoming guards as Dan rushed in to break down the locked door that was trapping Waverly inside. Acacius also cast a large vine-like meadow over the shop to cause some extra chaos. Florence was able to use Dimension Door to get Waverly out of trouble, getting them both up to a rooftop of Redmont's city center. From this bird's eye view of the town, Waverly noticed something else. A sound on the wind, the beating of large wings. It was not long before not one, but 2 dragons appeared and began decimating the town. Hestia has the mind of a battle master and knows when she is outmatched. She signals to the crew to run south so they can regroup. After almost being pelted telepathically with a chimney stack, Florence and Noxx head south as well, hearing the cries of the city guard whose arrows ricochet off of the dragons. Acacius was perhaps the most affected by the appearance of the dragon. Faced with flashes of their fellow guardians' deaths not so long ago, it was difficult for Acacius to move on. Waverly also struggled as they took significant damage from one of the dragons, the blackness of their eyes threatening to emerge, but they held strong as they tried to meet up with their crew. Waverly also noticed that the other dragons seemed to possess undead creature qualities, such as an undead fortitude or perhaps something stronger and more lich-like in nature. Right now, we are at the top of initiative as the undead army begins to descend on the town, meaning that there are 2 dragons still on the rooftops, and Waverly's in the worst shape right now because everyone else is a bit further away. Waverly's all alone in the battle. Run!
Thanks, friends.
We
Thanks.
told
Thank you so
y'all
much.
First of all, I didn't have a choice. I got yeeted. Come on.
Cool. It's cool. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm in danger.
And thankfully, in our pre-show, Kelly reminded me about these dragons' fear auras, which I forgot to use.
We have some homework.
I forgot to use them last week or not last week, last episode that we recorded. So we gotta do that, which means that everyone within 120 feet of
Yikes.
this creature that is aware of it, which means I think all of you except for Noxx and Florence.
Great. Lovely.
What are we
are
doing?
going to do this. You're going to make a wisdom saving throw.
This tea is so good.
I got a 17.
I'm using an
Please.
inspo because I rolled a nat 1. Full disclosure to the team.
Doesn't fear
It's-
mean you just have to run away from it? Which is
Yeah.
what we're doing?
Yeah,
But then it also means you like can't get closer, which means if anything happens, we can't run closer to save our friends.
Yeah,
Which
True.
I'm
Fair.
gonna
I guess we
just
should just
hopefully
not.
roll one more, and it's still terrible. Life is
I-
bad. That's a 9.
I have a couple of inspirations. The first one I'm gonna use, cause yeah, 5's not gonna cut it. So
dragons.
We're doing
see,
great.
there's that
We need to pass
14.
this.
So wait, does 14 save my ass?
I will say if anybody has a inspiration left available to them, you may want to take it because
You-
so far, even Acacius.
Okay,
with
fine.
17 has not
I'll
passed.
use my inspiration. I'll use my inspiration.
Son of a
Mine is
monkey!
mine.
Ha! 21.
I got a 10.
Thank you, Shar. Is
So
that good? Is that good?
Yes.
Please?
So
Please?
this means, Hestia, did you have another inspo you wanted to use or no?
I'm gonna be honest, it's been hard to keep track. I know we had one from last time.
Yeah.
That's all I
If you
am
don't
gonna be
have one-
truth for.
If you
So
don't have one, you can use mine. I'm not
Oh.
rolling for this, so like
you're
Yeah.
being
Brag.
so nice, Rachel.
DM, is this allowed?
Yeah, sure. It's all
Okay.
good times on Tabletop Tiddies.
I
I don't know if it works.
I can't guarantee I
Just,
will
like,
use it to
I'll
the best of my
sacrifice-
abilities. I will try.
I might need
What
to
is
roll
it this
something real
time?
important later. I don't know. Like
Nope, it's just low rolls today. And honestly, that's what it's gonna be. It's it's a
D&D
13.
Beyond is gonna
I tried.
be punishing
tried.
today. It seems.
Woo.
Thank you,
All right,
Rachel.
which means that
love.
everyone except Acacius with that 21, you do pass. It was a DC 18 wisdom save.
Wait, I do want to say that those who were in the thing get they get a what is
You're
it?
blessed.
Yeah, who were blessed. You get
I
a
think it's
D4 that you can add.
Dan and maybe I thought
There
it was
was 3
Casper
people.
too, but I'm not
It's
sure.
Florence who doesn't
It's
need to
me.
make the save.
Yes.
And
not me.
Waverly.
yeah, Waverly.
yeah.
Does the D4
Can I-
help?
Can I go back to my 14 and roll this D4?
Yes.
Oh, you're so
We're
right.
grasping.
Shara's just like, I
Because-
need you guys to pass this.
No, it's not just that, but also like inspiration. It's you take whatever's higher. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're
Oh,
stuck.
Yeah.
well, I got a 17, but it was so
Okay,
close.
close but no cigar, which means that Waverly,
Orange
Hestia,
cigar.
are both frightened
Horseshoes
of
and
these
hand
creatures,
grenades.
which means this is important. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight. So you're
Right.
aware of this creature, but some of you are a bit further away, so you might not have line of sight to the creature anymore. But it also means that you cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear. So if Waves gets in trouble, that's on Acacius, I guess. Go get them.
Oh boy.
And with that resolved, we will go to top of initiative, which means that we actually go down the map, back in on Noxx and Florence. Right now, there are some folks surrounding you, running. There's chaos, but the immediate danger is not in this vicinity. The undead army hasn't reached this area of the town. The dragons aren't within your line of sight. Noxx, you see a group of 3 kids holding hands and seemingly like looking for something. as
Okay,
they're
I'm
running.
immediately beelining it to these kids, and I kind of like get down on their level. I'm like, "It's okay. Where are your parents?" Like immediately, just like, "Are you lost? Like, where are your parents?"
I was supposed to be babysitting, and the eldest tiefling girl, who looks to be about 12 or 13, has a look of panic in her eyes as she's holding onto her 2 younger siblings' hands. I'm not sure. She had to go shopping.
Okay, I'm sure they're fine. Your parents, You seem like good brought up kids. I'm sure your parents are smart. They're totally not in the shopping district anymore. That's not where you need to go. Don't go that way. It's not a good idea. I'm gonna say probably want to turn your heads over to this direction, and I'm gonna point in the opposite direction of where the dragons are. I'm gonna be like, that way. If you're gonna meet up with your parents, that's probably where you want to go, because that's safe. Safety.
Okay.
That way.
Okay. Thank you so much. Can you come with us?
Well, I mean, that's probably. I look back. I immediately freeze in panic and look at Florence. I'm like, are we going that way? I don't know. I don't know. Where's the rest of us? Like,
I'm just
where's...
like still staring north towards the dragons. If they're
Tell you
coming,
what.
they'll be slower.
Okay. I'll walk you a little bit of the way. I have a couple friends who were also shopping, so I want to make sure that they're following us. But I want to make sure you get there okay, alright? Why don't you come with me? And I'm
Okay.
gonna like start walking them in the right direction. And I'll make sure I keep sight on like where we are so I know where to come back and meet Florence. So I feel
Thank
like I have
you.
some time.
Thanks, Mr. Tiefling.
Mr.
And
Tiefling
they'll-
was my father. Call me Noxx.
and they'll start heading south with you. There's some trees over on the left-hand side that you could sort of like get some extra safety if anything should happen
Yeah.
coming from the sky as you begin heading south.
I'll like stand behind them and kind of like make sure nothing comes up on them, kind of thing, and just make sure.
Sounds good. Did you want to do it? I would count that as like your action. You still have a bonus action as well, and you did move too.
Let's see. I moved, yeah. What do I have here? I am going to look and see if I have anything. Bonus action. I don't think I have a lot of things. Maybe what I'll do is I will use my bonus action, if you will allow it, to, since we make our movement, I'm assuming these children are making movement with me, I will use my bonus action to hide if the kids can hide with us. So that way we can kind of safely maneuver our way down.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah, so
Go
we'll hide
ahead
in the,
and-
like the shaded area over here and find like a nice little bush, make sure there's nothing dangerous happening, and then we'll continue moving when it's our turn.
Sounds good. Also, just so everyone's aware that might be watching at home, the Waverly Florence and Noxx are further away than this map is sort of saying they are, but we're just, we want to have some visual for you. I have a long map, but I don't have 500-foot long map. Just so that's clear.
I mean, everyone else should just get Dimension Door. It's simple as that.
It's so true.
Yeah,
so true.
it's like
That's
so
true.
easy.
Just do magic.
Yeah.
I'm good with no magic. Well, very minimal magic.
Yeah, holding a glowing bow right now.
That's why I changed it to very minimal.
That's true. Is Rudolph glowing right now?
Yeah, I would say so.
Rudolph is so fucking bright right now.
You're like actually having a hard time seeing. You're just like, oh Jesus.
All right, Hestia, you're next in initiative. Right now, you are with Acacius. There are 3 shambling undeads approaching you from the east. As you know, you've been attempting to make your way further south, but Waverly is not with you right now.
Okay, so I am frightened. So even
Yeah,
though, let's
go
say,
closer.
I'm facing south at the moment, there are baddies to the east of me. The biggie baddies are behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot move towards them.
You can't move north. Yeah.
I'm wondering. Can I go?
You got
Being
some
scared is hard.
distance attack, right? You got
Yeah,
some
for
range stuff.
For sure, but I'm just trying to think of like getting close to waves for a particular reason. What if So there's the hut that's directly like behind me.
Yep.
That's directly north of me. If I go, and we kind of came from that around, can I go around the hut to try and get closer to my friend Waverly, or is that still technically moving in the direction of the dragon?
Well, because the thing is, too, it's when you can see them, right? So how does that work if you go behind something where you can no longer see the dragon?
So yeah, it's two separate things. Also, sorry, at the end of your turn, you get to remake your save. So just keep that in mind for the end of your turn. But
Thank you.
so when you're within eyesight, within eye line of it, you get the disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. But no matter what, you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
So going around is no bueno.
Yeah. I would say that you can enter this house on the east if you want to, but you can't actively go up and around.
That's a play. And sorry, there's three undeads right behind me.
Yeah,
They're
one of them is within your threatened
Like-
area, so you would get an attack of opportunity if you left this area.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's that close, let's smack it.
All right.
I also am hasted from last episode's combat, which you love to see. So I am going to
I'm putting a little yellow dot on you so that we remember you're hasted.
for my hasty. Wow. Which would have come in really handy if I could move anywhere, but I can't.
You can go south.
I can go south. You're right. I can.
You can run away.
You're
I can
hasted,
fully
so you can
abandon
run pretty
leave-
quick.
It's
That's
fine.
true.
It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry
You're
about
fine.
me.
Everybody's fine.
Save
Everything is fine.
yourself.
Everything is fine.
You're
I'm
good.
going to yeah, I will
There's
green
dragon.
Actually, I'm going to
I'm running.
I'm just gonna green flame blade this baddie in front of me here.
All right. You're facing a zombie in front of you wearing a blue vest that's in tatters. It's very dirty, and it doesn't have a nose. And it goes.
That is. Oh yeah, I'm not super fire lady at the moment to be secure and safe. So that's 7 fire damage.
Did you attack to hit?
It's weird. It didn't have the roll, but I'll
It
I'll
just
do it off
it
of a
just
different
hits
one.
automatically, Char. What
That's
do you
20.
It's
20
a
to
nat
hit.
20?
killed it?
You got a nat 20?
No, 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, okay.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Dirty, nasty, super gross.
Filthy 20.
That will hit. So you do the damage of, you said 7?
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
And if I may, what I'm gonna do is, for my BA, my bonus action, I'm my bachelor's degree. I'm going to use Misty Step
Yep.
to bloop. I'm trying to see. I cannot move towards, so I'm going to try, and go like super disappear
go.
well, I don't want to abandon you guys though. I want to be somewhere
Just
close.
go. It's everyone's running, bruh. It's okay.
It's super
I'm
easy
going-
to
I'm looking you in the
abandon
eyes.
people.
Acacius looks at Hestia in the eyes, light glistening from sweat of running. His hair
my God.
windswept. It's like, run. Save yourself. I'll meet you at the other side.
And I'll Misty Step not a full 30 straight south, but I'm going to cut like behind maybe, well, I guess I can move my guy. I can do that. But like, yeah, I'm gonna try and go bleep 30 feet over here because it looks like there's like a little hut. So I'm 30 feet away, but I'm still gonna try and be somewhat close.
All right. Go
I'll
ahead
move
and
'em.
move yourself.
Thank you. Bye, you guys.
And I will remind you, you have another action since you're hasted. which you can use to dash if you want to continue moving, and you still have your full regular movement as well, which is.
Can you remind me then? I cast a cantrip, so I can, as my second thing, can I use a leveled spell?
Yep.
Then I'm going to. Oh my god, the concentrations is wild. I'm going to make a little distraction to your girl from how far away she is now is going to cast as far away as possible, maybe to like the what is that, west?
Yep.
To maybe like the roof of a hut. I'm going to cast a fireball.
There are people.
I know, I'm thinking about that too. I'm hoping it would have been evacuated. Okay. You know what? That's fair. I was thinking that maybe everybody had been evacuated by now.
You're fine.
You're there.
You're fine.
There.
They're gone.
Then I have then that doesn't make sense. I have nothing else to do. I'm just going to be supposedly hiding for my second action, or like, trying to think of a
You can also keep
game
running
plan.
if you want.
No,
You want to stay where you're at?
I'm gonna stay
Okay.
where I'm at.
So you can actively take the hide action. So go
Yeah.
ahead and roll stealth.
Thank you.
As you hide behind a bucket of baguettes.
Baguettes.
Probably smells really good.
17.
'cause
Nice.
It's like re-warming them up,
Yeah.
because Hestia's always kind of like a little on fire, so it's just
Little
a
on
really
fire,
warm,
yeah. Not
warm
super on
bread
fire,
smell.
but
All right, which means that it is the end of your turn, so you can make your saving throw, wisdom save, Hestia, to see if you can unafear yourself.
I would love to do that. That's another that one, baby.
Oh my goodness! All right,
Yeah.
it's
I
a
see
very
D&D.
scary dragon.
I mean, I believe
there
you.
are 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear my full plate quaking.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Which means that, to add on to your fear, it's the dragon's turn.
No.
And it begins buffeting its wings, and it's going to actually attack structures now that it's sort of made quick work of the nearby guards. And buildings, Waverly, you got front row seat to this, begin to crumble underneath these dragons' wings and claws that just continue to dig into the constructions underneath them. And yeah, I'm gonna say like a whole building is like half destroyed at this point from the 2 beasts before you.
Which
that let out
building?
a roar. The one that it's standing on, so it's now
Okay, cool.
floor
Fantastic.
level. And the other one is going to do the same with the one that it's on. The undead purplish hued dragon is dealing with these vines as well. So it gets that kind of protects the building a bit more and like softens the blows as maybe a quarter rather than a third get destroyed underneath it. Which means that next up in initiative, after all the dead guards, is Waverly.
You are muted.
Oh,
Just
hi.
kidding.
No, I'm not. My question, I'm not running towards the thing, but I do have to run past him. Can I do that? Or am I just blocked
In this case, you can go like east and south, but you cannot go like directly south would line up with getting closer. This is where math comes into play.
See, well, since he's on the ground level right now, I was wondering, where are you? There you are. Show others. If I could like take my 5 steps back, run, and parkour just my happy ass down these things and hop over everything.
Yeah, I'll allow that. I will say
Cool.
yes to that.
Cool. So I'm gonna dash it too. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Do I have to roll dex to?
You're jumping 15 feet, so go ahead and roll. But you are taking 5. You're doing a running start, so I think
Yeah.
you're able to make it across this area
Cool.
without a
So
check.
that gets me to. Well, first of all, it would help if I moved. That gets me to right here. Right. That's 35.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then I'm not stopping, and I'm just gonna keep running.
Yeah. You're dashing, so you get double this movement.
So that gets me to here. Other end of the. I don't actually know how to work roll 20, so I'm just gonna keep hopping between those two.
You did it. You did it.
There we go. So I'm. Hi guys.
That's your
Assassin's Creeding up
action.
there.
So you still and your movement, but you still have your bonus action.
My bonus action can't be to do a cool flip and hit and run and
Sure.
land on this building, can it?
Sure. Roll acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
Your
Give me-
choice.
Give me a second. There you go. I'm gonna do acrobatics, and I'm. Wait. Do I get out? Oh, can I? No, I didn't say it beforehand, so I'm gonna just do acrobatics. Well, that's an 11.
You don't
D&D Beyond
fall.
is mad at me.
You don't fall, but it's not as cool as you know it could have been in your heart.
Yeah.
Pay for
I
effort.
trip up on the landing, but I still make it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like here or something on the edge of this thing.
Which means that at the end of your turn, you're able to make a wisdom saving throw to see if you can unafear yourself of these dragons.
Well, that's a 15. I'm getting
Not
closer.
enough. Yeah, almost. Which means that the next round, we're gonna sort of play it out rather than in the minutia of the detail, as everyone is sort of away from these dragons and the undead army in the back there. So there's screams. Villagers are being probably torn apart by some of these enemies that have come in here. The buildings are crumbling. Electricity is arcing through the skies as this village gets decimated. And Acacius, you are the only one left with some undead right next to you. So you are going to get swiped at by some skeletons. With their
Fucking rude!
they wield their short sword. Wow, it's hard to say. Short sword towards you with a 23 to hit,
Yep.
dealing 7 points of piercing damage as it whoosh, gets right into your delt.
Ow.
Blood trickles down your arm, and it releases its sword back, ready to swing again at your next move.
Rude.
And we're up to Florence.
So after the teleportation, Florence basically is leaning up against the wall of the house that they were next to as Noxx sort of runs away with the kids and hides. And she's just sort of fiddling with a card, which has a depiction of a attractive woman holding a rifle, the same one that she had used when zapping the weird monstrosity in the cave before. And she's just sort of flipping it upside down, sort of disassociating. And she's gonna start mumbling a story under her breath, too quiet to hear. And I will use my Tales from Beyond to put the Tale of the Avenger on myself. And since I'm not telling it to anybody, y'all don't get to hear that story yet.
Damn.
So for a minute now, for the next
Yes,
minute,
okay.
any creature that hits me will take force damage equal to a roll of my Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh, nice.
And that is my bonus action. And with my action, as I'm mumbling this, sort of those like the spirits of people dying aren't going to ascend or descend or dissipate or whatever. They're going to start like appearing next to me, sort of just like standing stoically. And I'm going to use my counter charm ability as my action. And what I'm doing is I'm almost trying to like bolster the inspiration of people by showing that their loved ones are still with them to like help protect them against this dragon. So anybody in a 30-foot radius of me gets advantage on fear and charm rolls.
Nice. I would say that Acacius and the kids would be able to benefit from that for sure.
You mean
Noxx? Sorry, the horny boys.
But
Easy to forget.
Florence is very much not being like not intentionally engaging right now. She's sort of like self-preservation mode at the time being.
And you mentioned seeing these ghosts sort of appear to sort of help their loved ones. What do they look like when they come out?
They're sort of like, they are ethereal, pale blue, almost like chilled air, but kind of upsetting. In the same way that every spell that Florence casts, she doesn't feel is too upsetting. Like Dimension Door is literally pulling you into the afterlife. To her, that's fine. There is a somewhat like unsettling vibe that she's now basically surrounding herself with these phantom spirits. But the spirits themselves are there to help their loved ones. It's just Florence doesn't see why people freak out about this. It doesn't make any sense.
All right. And go ahead and make a perception check for me while you're here.
I'm gonna force disadvantage because Florence is not paying attention at all.
Okay.
So that is a 8.
Nice.
You don't notice anything other than these lovely ghosts that you've created.
Yeah, she's mostly just focusing on the card, like repeating the story of her grandmother.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. And you're too far from the dragon to worry about its fearful presence, which means that we've got that same zombie in the blue vest that has been hit by Hestia's green flame blade lurches forward towards the only other enemy in its sightlines, once again being Noxx.
Fucking rude.
Acacius, the other horny boy.
Yeah, the other horny boy. Come on, get us straight. We don't look the same.
Wait, did I say Noxx?
Yeah, you
You-
did.
you-
What
yes,
the
you did.
heck? Oh my god! I'm sorry. I know what I'm doing.
No,
Professionals, we got this.
Which was a 23 to hit again.
Yep.
Dealing less damage this time though. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as this corpse lurches forward and impacts on your side, the other side of your bleeding arm. The stench of this body wafts its way into your nostrils. It's very unpleasant. And its jaws snap, ready to make a meal out of you. And it's your turn.
Hut,
Punch him in
I
the
would like
face.
to get the fuck out of there. I will bonus action Misty Step 30 feet away,
All
joining
right.
my foxy friends. And then I will appear in a aura of spicy beautifulness, arm bleeding, but looking like ragged in a hot way, like the guy from that TV show that's based on the video game that's played by Henry Cavill.
The Witcher. Yeah.
Yes, I look like the Witcher, and I'm just looking fiery, and I look at my friends, and he goes, "All right, let's book it." And then I'm just gonna action dash, sprint, hair flowing in the breeze, Yeah, that's my game plan here. So I got 35 feet of movement, and then dash is doubling it, I believe. So
Yeah.
a whole sexy 70 feet.
Woo!
That was my favorite
All
scene of The
right.
Witcher. Geralt is like, I'm here. Let's get the hell out of here.
Which means that you're out of danger. Everyone is basically out of danger. You only need to meet up with each other to be able to have a bit more sense of security. Was there anything else, Acacius, you wanted to do on your turn?
Nah, bonus action, movement action. We good.
All right, and you've already passed this dragon's fear effect, so you don't need to worry about re-rolling at the end of your turn, which means that you're pretty close. You could probably see in the distance, about like 200 feet away from you, Florence, and Noxx is hiding, so you don't see Noxx. But your buddies are continuing down the way, which brings us to another section of this undead army continues to rip through the town. The cries that can be heard are still somewhat quieter now that you're a bit further away from the action, but it's like a dull roar of life in the city. Cries for help, and you're all aware that, I think it was Sara mentioned this off camera, but to be able to help people, you need to save yourselves and help people later.
Yeah. I love that we followed up like Acacius running in a slightly hot manner with behind you, everyone's dying.
Everyone's getting massacred right now.
Just for some good context.
Okay, we're cool.
And it's at this point, Noxx, as you're helping these kids, you're met with a flash of light. And you feel an aura sensation sort of tingle at your brain. You see tall trees with red leaves, large arcane circles being drawn by wizards in buildings, a flash. You see a comet falling from the sky. And as this vision starts to take place in your mind, the connection that you have with the Guardians allows everyone to feel this in the moment. You all see a comet falling from the sky, orange and brown dirt exploding upwards from its impact. Another flash. The arcane runes that have been drawn on walls begin to jitter before faltering, falling dormant. You see communities of elves, dwarves, humans, furbolgs, places you know in Fearfort, in Tessera and beyond, all start switching to mundane forms of communication. Letter writing and hand-delivering messages. Your vision returns for a moment. You can see folks running in the streets, buildings burning, electricity flies in arcs across the sky. And Noxx, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit! Okay.
You thought you were safe.
Yeah. No one is safe. Get a +0 to wisdom saving throws, too. That was
You're
a
hot.
natural 1.
Oh, God.
Oh, God!
The dice really wanted this to happen.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Really.
As you take a nat 1, you're gonna take 8 points of psychic damage as this vision bursts its way forward in your skull, hitting your eyes. You see the next flash, a large white stone in orange dirt. You see that it's cracked. And at this point, I need Hestia to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, baby.
Here I come. I failed 3 so far, maybe 4.
Fourth time's a charm.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Nice. All right.
Nat 1.
Hestia, you're able to latch onto this vision of Noxx's, this large white stone, but you notice something. You notice in this crack of the stone, a yellow glow emanates from the fissure. And Noxx, at this point, having this section of this vision unlocked, you can hear clear as day, as if she's standing beside you. We're running out of time. take this back to the stars, before the vision dissipates and you're back in the chaos of this road.
What the fuck? And then I look over at the kids and I go, fudge. Okay, sorry. Had a bit of a headache. We're good. And then I'm gonna shake it off and focus on getting these kids safe, because that is priority numero uno until I regroup with my people.
All right. You continue heading stealthily down further into, exiting the market, further into town. And you see that there are other guards kind of organizing themselves, making muster stations for emergency support with the rest of the villagers. And you feel like this might be a good section for you to be able to drop them off so that they can find some help in other family members.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna I'll bring them over to the guards, and I'm like, okay, I think you should be safe here. I'm sure your parents will probably regroup here as well. The guards will keep you safe.
Okay.
I'm going to look at, well, you said one of them looked seemingly older.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to, again, get down to her level, and I'm gonna give her my dagger. I'm just gonna give it to her, and I'm like, you're in charge of keeping these ones safe until your parents get back. Do not, I hope you don't have to use it, but it's better that you're safe than not prepared at all.
Her purple skin wraps around, of her fingers wraps around the dagger. Her knuckles glow white due to the stress of her holding it. She says, I won't let you down. And she looks at her siblings. I won't let anyone down.
All right. You got this, kids. And I'm gonna kind of like go and like, I'm a go. But I'm definitely looking back to make sure that they're being taken care of as I am leaving.
You see one of the guards kind of like looks like they're about to stop you, saying like, don't I know you? And they like shake it off, saying there's more important things to deal with right now.
Did not mean to roll. My bad. I was trying to remove the dagger from my inventory, not use it.
You stabbed the guard.
Bye.
And you're able to make your way back towards the rest of the group, with Acacius and Florence sort of huddled near a red bricked building. It's not long before Hestia and Waverly also come into view, as you all are reeling from this shared vision that you had. And that's where we're going to take our break before we continue on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. Be right back.
Bay.
OCO friends, it's CasperDaNBGhost, and I am here to talk to you about merch. Since our sweet new rebrand, the Tabletop Tiddies team has been hard at work updating our merch shop with t-shirts and blankets and mugs and hoodies and more that feature our awesome new logo, character art, and references from our shows. You can see it all at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com, where we frequently have great sales. So you'll know you'll be getting a good deal. I've had a hand in designing a lot of our stuff, so our merch is pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. So check us out at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. That is tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. And every time we say titties, you know it's with some double D's.
We love Elderwood Academy's mission to make people happier with their gaming, and we love their customization options for their fantastic products. Elderwood Academy offers gaming-themed gear including spellbook dice trays, dice boxes and towers, and other enchanting RPG supplies. The Tiddies all received amazing hex chests to store our dice. These handcrafted hex chests are made of top-grade solid hardwoods and feature magnetic enclosures and a sculpted beehive interior to hold your dice in style. Shop today at elderwoodacademy.com. That's ELDERWOOD academy.com.
If you're watching Tabletop Tiddies live on Twitch, we wanted to take a moment to ask you to support the show by subscribing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch sub a month, and we'd love it if you'd consider using that on us. Twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies is the only place to watch our shows live with other members of the Tiddy Committee. And by subscribing, you not only support the show, but also gain access to cool emotes like our sexy Bite Me, Glorious Marge, or brand new Horny Jail emotes. You can even gift subscriptions to other members of the Tiddy Committee to spread the love. Support the show and subscribe today at twitch.tv/Tabletop Tiddies.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 9, Tabletop Tiddies Forgotten Guardians. The party managed to escape the 2 very scary dragons
And there
that
were
are
no
currently
casualties.
decimating
Not even one.
Redmont Village.
What?
So you've all managed to sort of like group up together. You're in a redstone building.
Has someone
you're
moved me? Because I'm not following any. I'm staying exactly where I am.
Okay, so I would say that Acacius, you notice that
I
Florence-
come, I'm like Florence, let's go.
I mean,
Yeet over the shoulder.
you could probably drag me, but I'm not there.
Florence, hey, there's dragon. We gotta go.
Just like spirits still sort of surrounding me.
Flor,
I'm gonna pick
can I
Florence
I'm gonna
up at
grab
this
the side
point.
of your face. Okay. I was just gonna try to have a person-to-person moment. We can brute force this. I'm cool with that.
There are dragons. I'm still in fear. I'm just like, all right, this is time to pack it up and go.
Technically, you get advantage now if you're near me.
Oh, cool. Well, then I have advantage in hawking you over my shoulder.
So you bring Florence inside to this small building. There's tables, bookshelves. It seems to be like some sort of coffee shop reading nook business.
I do want to say that I'm probably shedding on all over Florence because in my fear, I would have unconsciously done my hybrid form, especially to parkour over the rest of the.
You're like a pufferfish.
Yeah, basically. to parkour over the rest of the buildings, because I'm not touching the ground. That's where the dragons are. And so yeah, you got wolfy fur all over you, Florence, because you didn't want to move.
Acacius.
DM, is Dan okay? Does Dan follow us?
Dan does not follow you, but last you saw Dan was helping civilians get into a rather sturdy-looking building. So you feel like they're okay, but they're not with you anymore.
Okay. That's fine.
TBD.
TBD.
Yep.
Dan.
Is Florence still out of it now that we've transported her into this hut?
Yeah. And there's still the sort of spirits.
Fun.
Is everyone all right? Does anybody need healing at this point?
Man, I'm fine. I think I look around and I think we see waves. Waves is the worst right now, right? I'm assuming you
put
look
my
like
hand on
shit.
waves. Yeah. I put my hand on waves and I'm like, thanks for carrying Florence. She wasn't really reacting to the friendly approach. And then as I touch you, you just feel from my touch this like kind of like green energy, like you just drank a smoothie, just kind of like perpetuates your body. And you heal back up to max health.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Taking care of your best.
Paladin.
Yeah, as I point to that happening, I'm just kind of like, only damage I took was from the fucking vision. I'm assuming you all saw that too, right? Like, that did something to my head, but otherwise I'm good. Like, do we want to discuss what that was? Because there was a lot going on. I'm assuming I know that everybody can be connected to that because it's like the visions we all have. It's like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We all saw a rock.
Yes, we all saw it, and some kind of another
Comet.
somebody's haggard voice.
Oh yeah, that's Marge. Don't worry about it.
What?
She's cool. She's cool. That's Marge.
You never told me about a Marge. We talk about every single girl.
My guy. Oh, did we not talk about this on the way over? Like my patron. Like.
I mean, yeah, but like, why did I hear her?
I guess she's helping out. I don't know. That's just.
Babes, get
I
in
don't
your
have all
head.
the answers, man. I'm just here. I was here helping.
But what is it-
making sure a bunch of kids got safe. I'm.
Oh, okay.
When I
How do
fell
we take
over
a
with this
rock
thing-
back to the stars?
Yeah, that's a good question, though. I'm a little confused about that one. Question, Shar.
Yes.
The vision of Fearfort needing to use mundane messaging and stuff, is that, like, do I get the idea that that's happening currently, or is that, like, a flashback? Because I thought, like,
Yeah.
messaging wasn't a thing, like, magic messaging wasn't a thing already.
Exactly. So that's something that you get the sense that it was included in the vision to sort of give you a hint about why this task is important that you just been
Okay.
given.
Okay. Yeah, because that was all, like, I guess
You've been dealing with lack of message spells and
forever.
sending for quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, that seemed like when it happened, like when shit hit the fan,
Yeah.
Like, so I'm assuming whatever the rock, the giant stone with the fissures, maybe there's something about that can fix
Does
it.
anybody know anything about a white stone?
Did I recognize it at all
You
in my
can
stories?
Everyone can make a history or nature.
Okay.
19.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
8.
5.
8. We're rolling so good.
This
Okay.
isn't.
I got
uh,
-1, baby.
We got Florence in stories.
This isn't
Yeah.
like Fae, Fiend, Undead, or recalling
It's,
information about darker past surrounding an object I am touching or a location that I'm present.
It's a rock.
Is this like a saving throw against spells? Just per
Fudge.
chance.
I wanted to
use
see if I
my
had
nose?
advantage
I have another
because I
idea
needed
as
it.
well.
Oh wait, no, I got a 19. That's actually not bad.
Yo,
All
let's go.
right. And Florence, did you roll nature or history?
History, sorry. I was
Okay.
I was sending something to you.
Ooh.
What? A secret
Bum. So you get Florence and Waverly sort of have a bit of information here. Florence, I'm gonna say with the two of you combining your information, that you would both know that this doesn't seem to be a rock. It seems to actually be a bone.
Mm.
It's white, but it's very large. I think, yeah, that's the amount of information I can give you at this point in time.
But
and
round?
the thing I sent you.
I'm gonna say no to that.
All right, sounds good.
Large white bone.
That is also
Huh.
rounded. What bone is round again? I forgot my human anatomy, like my
Is it a
anatomy
skull?
classes, or but is it a skull? Did it look
Is
like
it
had?
a butt?
You'd probably have to
Char?
be able to see it up
tibia?
close to be able to know.
A femur?
If it's a butt,
Touch the butt.
I touch the butt.
And the other thing I will tell
Nice.
you, Waverly, with your role, you would also notice you've been in the Wicked Thicket for many a year, and that sort of orange and brown dirt is very common there.
Oh, so I know where this.
You know where to start looking.
I know where to start looking. Cool. I will bring up the fact that we have electric magic. We've been without long distance communications for a while now in a world of artificers and all that other stuff. Not a single person thought of a phone line. Kind of mad at that.
What is that? I don't know what that is. A phone?
What's phone?
Phone.
A phone?
I'm talking out loud to myself right now. I'm really missing Wi-Fi. Y'all don't get this, but this is how I'm feeling.
Phone,
You
like
have some
bone
weird
with a
catchphrases,
pho.
man. I gotta figure out a way
Yeah.
to use that one.
Damn it if I don't miss Dan. All right. Anyway, our shit or the big white bone thingy is around the wicked. My stutter's not gonna let that happen.
Wicked Thicket.
Thank you. Wicked Thicket. Yeah. That's what the
Which is in
dirt
Tessera?
reminded me of.
Yeah, that's here.
It's right next to Red Mount. And I pull out my map that I've kind of like stitched together with like the old Tessera map, which is hella faded and like has marks all over it as I have updated it during my travels. So the thing is busted. But I've attached to the new map, and so like I show everybody where it is on the way. It's like it's around there. Don't mind the scratches; those are jobs. But yeah, that's where around here, Red Mount.
So I'm still like stuck on the stars thing. Like we're supposed to find this thing and take it to the stars, or like somebody who knows about stars, or like what? That was very vague. I
mean, it was the babe that you're talking to, so like why you can just talk to the babe whenever, though, right?
I think she would literally kill me if I called her a babe. But let's
I don't know.
down.
Them older ladies, they like being called babes. It like brings back their youth.
Regardless, there's a chance that potentially, depending on where we are, we may get contacted again with more visions, more information.
Yeah.
Maybe?
We should also, we're talking like we have this thing already. We should probably, kind of get it first.
We should get going, yeah. If it's as close as you say, we could probably,
We're running out of time is a big thing.
Yeah. I'm sure I won't hear the end of it if we don't start moving our asses. So, let's...
Yeah, we should come back and discuss that, though. You got older lady
what?
stuck in your
Do we
head?
care?
I mean, like,
Do we still need to sign the thing?
Oh, the Accords.
What about the Accords?
I mean, like, they're probably fucking dead and burned, right? Like, I'm not really sure what to do.
Were we certain that where we were going to go, because like I know that we got a little sidetracked. We were originally going to get a belt.
Yeah.
But the place to speak to the people in Tessera, was it in Redmont or was it in a different village?
It is. It's here. You needed to get to Redmont Castle, which is within this town that you're currently in. And I think, given what Noxx just said, you're kind of getting the vibe that he's right, that you saw what was happening to the guards here, and it did not look good. So the urgency of gathering your allies is bumped up, but it looks like Redmont's not going to be able to help you.
Yeah, then it's time to find a stone, everybody.
Stone. And at
Florence?
this point, the ghosts sort of just wander off, walking out of the walls elsewhere. We're supposed to acquire a fucking stone because some old woman who ran
It looked like a bone.
Fuck the bone. We are not.
I don't-
We have lost Redmon. We have a child emperor guiding some ill-begotten army. Our plans are to go to the Feywilds and get what, fairies to help us, and we were supposed to acquire some fucking bone for a woman in your head, Noxx?
Well, I don't know if it's
Were you
for
not
her.
seeing those two creatures out there? Were you not in that same scene as I was?
We saw them, Florence. Let's relax for just a second. I get it. It's fucking stressful. We can't stop, though.
Right, and I do think that if something is as powerful to give all of us the same message, then it is potentially worth going after.
In what direction?
But if something's hacked this communication network, then like what if they can just do the spells that we used to be able to do all the time and that's where they're getting this power from? Like what if it's not even anything special and we just think it's special because we haven't had this in so long?
Noxx, do you trust this voice?
Yeah. She hasn't steered me wrong so far.
She was a game designer.
Well,
She came up with trials to torture people for a god. What
I'll be
powers
honest,
does she
I don't know
have?
what the fuck you're talking about. I don't think that's exactly how it went down, but like I said, she hasn't steered me wrong, and there are fucking kids getting hurt out there, and I cannot let what happened here happen to my home. All right?
And what are we
So-
to do? Stop it. We're supposed to go in every direction that someone points their little finger.
Do you want to go to the fucking castle right now, Florence? Be my fucking guest.
I didn't. We need to settle, and we need to plan. We can't keep going in every direction that somebody suggests that we do.
Florence, the plan is to, like, Redmont was my home here. It's gone now. I pretty sure my friend's not dead, but I'm not sure, and they were the last friend I had. So, I'm gonna go follow the voice in my head and find the bone thing and somehow shoot it in the sky. What the second half of that, take it back to the stars. We'll figure that out when we get there. But like,
we'll talk to Mana. She's on Asimar. Bera's wife.
oh shit, yeah.
See? The moment we stop and think about what the moment we decide what it is we need to do, we can come up with a better strategy than sneaking into a town and buying a belt and getting massacred by a dragon. We can't just keep...
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that there was gonna be
None
dragons.
of us did. We saw the
I
dragon.
just wanted to get a belt from my friends who I haven't seen in a while.
We were
be-
supposed to be sneaky.
It's irrelevant.
fair,
It
you
doesn't...
That was the
literally-
plan.
No
fair,
plan that
you-
we
Can
could've
we
had.
not stick to a fucking plan?
We don't have any.
We have one thing that we're trying to do is we're just trying to get this thing and save the world. And if we can all just collaborate and like get on the same page and actually communicate what we're feeling and what we're driving towards, then maybe we can work together as a team. But until we're all on the same page and we all share our feelings and our goals, how are we gonna work together?
For once, I agree.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You make a good point.
But we need
So
a
then-
place to
Yes.
do that. And currently, clearly Redmont's not the right place. And anywhere we go that has the Accord, the dragon seems to know. Or at least is following us. We need to find a place that is safe so that we can come up with a plan. All I'm saying
Char,
is
may
that
I?
we're-
This is the first time we've seen the dragon since it like killed everyone though, right? Like we don't know for certain that it's following us. Well, I mean, aside from the fact that we know that it can like sense us unless we're wearing lead, which I refuse to do because shirts. But like, so we're not 100% certain that it's,
Sorry, that was
following
really
us and
funny.
knows where all the accord spots are.
Yes, though. That's right. What you just said is right.
Okay. Thank you.
But dragons aren't beasts. They're intelligent like us. It probably... It has a plan, and it probably has a home where it thinks of those plans. And currently we're nomadic, wandering the realm trying to get signatures and a bone from an old lady.
We don't even know if the old lady has the bone.
No, yeah, I think we're getting.
We just know.
I don't even know if it's for
Yeah.
her. She just said, "Get it to the
I don't think it's for her.
stars." Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah. So you guys want a place to have so we can sit and think. I did a lot of work in the Wicked Thicket, and I could never pronounce the place, but yeah, I did a lot of work there. I've got hide holes. I got a place. All right, like I didn't just carry all my shit with me. Like I've got a place where we can like lay our head, take a rest. But it is in the Wicked Thicket, so I don't know how close or how far away it is to the big rock bone thing that popped into our brain, but at least we can have a direction to go.
One
And
thing I
choose to
will
go
say,
from there.
if we do take a rest, I can see if maybe the old lady in my head will have a little chat with me and be a little bit more specific on the specifics. It's not always a given, but I could see what I could do.
I'm just concerned that if we don't try to get this accord signed, if we go to other places and we try to get them to sign it, or we try to make progress on that front, they're going to be like, oh, well, why didn't you get them? And we're going to be like, oh, there's dragons. And they'll be like, well, how do we know you're telling the truth? Because
Because it's literally
we
on
have
fire
no way
right
to see
fucking
it.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to see it because it's really far away. It's not, we don't have any way to see long distances.
I mean, if
we don't even know if there's anybody here to sign the
it.
accords.
But also, we could have gone to those other places first and not here. That was always an option. So, what were they gonna just send us here anyways? I don't think so.
All I'm saying is that if we find a place that we can ensure is defensible, and I'll look to Hestia, our tactician at least can take a look at it and ensure that we can defend it or at least be hidden, then we can take a breath and decide our next move outside of the immediate nomadic actions we've been taking. Because a lot of people died here, and they're all quite loud.
dying. Actively dying.
And they won't cease talking.
I agree. So, good point. I say we move. The farther away we are, the less loud the screaming.
So we're gonna go to my work den. Fair warning, Florence, you are not gonna like it. It is really dirty.
I'm sure we'll make do.
I'm already quite dirty.
Yeah.
Hey.
I did get I did get like blasted by a lightning beam, so Florence is like charred a bit.
Singed.
Yeah.
And covered in my fur. We're gonna.
All right. So it sounds like you're making a plan to get out of here, which means that you need a mode of transportation. There are two options that we've got. You can try and find the burden bugs that you arrived on, or you can use the stables nearby and just yank some horses in the chaos and ride.
I think that, right?
How fast are horses compared to basilisks?
Horses are faster than basilisks. We've been
Of
through this
course
before
they
because
are.
you got left.
Yeah.
Would have been left behind.
Yeah,
I
I
will say
remember.
though that you, in terms of getting Karina back, you can yeet her into your locket so that you don't.
Oh
lose
yeah,
her.
she's been hanging out there the entire time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Horsies.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing
Horses.
Horsies.
Wait, so I do need to know how fast horses are because horses don't like wolves. And I just want to make sure I can keep up.
Okay, hold on. They have a speed of 60 feet per 6 seconds.
Great.
I
This
mean,
is
they're
gonna...
like
you could just
twice
not
as
be
fast
in
as you.
hybrid form, though, couldn't you? Question mark. I don't know.
Oh
how it
yeah, no.
works.
I like while we're making our way to the stables, I'm gonna shed that, but I'm still a wolf, you know.
Mhm.
Fair.
And horses can sense that, so that's gonna be fun. Anyway, whatever.
It's
Figure it
okay.
out when
I'll
we get
talk
there.
to them and I'll get them to think you're cool. I got speak with animals. I'm chill.
All right. Then the stable is not far from where you have been set up shop for your chit chat. And as you approach, you got to be quick. So we're dashing through the city, getting to the stables. There are quite a few horses here that seem ready to get running. So I'll switch the creative control over to my players to please describe your ideal horsey that you would like to take.
What's the most jacked looking horse here?
Oh, it's on you. You can create it.
All right, cool. Yeah, there's just like this fucking Clydesdale like tied up like right near the end of the stable, and it's like all black, like super majestic looking, and I'm just like, yeah, that's that. I'm like, dibs on this one, and I'm just like go over to it and start getting it untied and ready to go.
Florence's is
I'm
like. Oh, go ahead.
okay. I'm gonna cast 100% speak with animals, and just kind of give them all a foxy little chat. And I'm gonna pick this kind of like muscular but lean horse that's a little older, and it's got like some dappling gray. And I'm gonna talk to it, and I'm gonna like hear some of its stories and be like, yeah, you're the one I want to go adventuring with.
A true
And,
adventuring partner.
Saddle up.
Get on.
Yes.
Florence's is a beautiful, like, shiny chestnut horse with, like, black feet, like, gradient legs, black mane, and perfectly coiffed tail, and it's just, like, gleaming perfection of a horse.
I feel like even from like probably years of battle and being in the army and whatnot, Hestia probably has like an extra little like horsey brush in her bag to find her next steed when that happens, and she'll find the one that looks the most competent, ready to hold her with her full plate armor, strong enough. And yeah, if in this realm, if there's a horsey that looks like Rapidash, that's the one.
Hell yeah.
So like pretty light overall, and then with a beautiful, well, maybe not on fire, but just like, you know, like reddish mane and tail.
And Waverly, if you would like to ride Karina instead of ride a horse, we can totally say that basilisks are the same speed. Because I'm not just yanking away your happiness.
No, it was cool. I could have made it work. I would have probably like done animal handling with disadvantage or something. But yeah, it was as everybody's picking their horse, like everyone's picking their horses, and I'm looking at them, and they're just giving me bombastic side eye, and I'm like, I'm not having that. So I'm gonna open the locket and take Karina out and make sure her blinders are straight on. So she doesn't accidentally petrify any of the horses or any of the people.
Awesome.
I appreciate that. Char, you're the bestest.
Friends! Playing D&D is fun! Yeah! All right, then this cavalcade gets ready to whoosh, gallop off into the distance, into the setting sun, followed by, of course, Karina, or maybe even led by Karina, at the head of the pack as you all head off towards the Wicked Thicket, searching the orange dirt for some sort of bone. And as you enter the area, I will remind you, Waverly, that because you've spent so much time here, your body feels at home in the Wicked Thicket. So all survival, nature, and perception checks that you make while in this area can be made at advantage.
Yeah.
Light
Awesome.
pattering of rain begins to fall as you head out into the chilly autumnal landscape. And I'll pass it over to you, Casper, as you lead everyone to your, I think you called it a hidey hole?
Yeah, I'm gonna call, like, I've been watching a lot of Alone recently. Don't ask me why. But so it's kind of like an old bear den. It's like a fallen tree that's like up next to some rocks. And there's like a makeshift door situation. That's literally just felled branches and like pine needles that are like I've used for insulation to keep me warm because I'm out here a lot. And then when you go in, it's pretty dark, but I've got dark vision so I can see up until Hestia gets up until Hestia gets in there, and then I'm like, don't burn down my house. But it's mostly like the only thing that's wood is the entrance and up in and the door, because the rest of it is made of stone, and off in the deep is like all of my old gear or like remnants of my like other my other jobs or previous jobs and adventures. I made like there's not a stump, but I did move a boulder in here so I could have a seat. There's not a formal sitting area as I'm like guiding you in here, but there is enough space for Karina to be in here comfortably, where she like, and she automatically she knows where she's going in her own little corner, where she's all nice and tucked. There's enough space for another basilisk because normally I have Maya with us too. If anyone feels like, I look at Noxx, I'm like, yeah, you can bunk down there because I know you're close with Karina. Hestia, you can take that corner away from literally all my papers and wood. Florence, this is brushing off someplace. This is the cleanest spot. And Acacius, have fun, buddy.
Yeah.
You tend to normally flower up or whatever to make anything nice. So
Yeah.
again, have fun.
All right.
There's not really an area in here for like fire because with my pelt and between my pelt and my basilisk, I am warm. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's nice and dry. And for anyone who doesn't have dark vision, that's it. There's just, yeah, you get to hang out. You can see Hestia and like dim lit air, like she dimly lights the entire place. But other than that, there's like,
You've got some lanterns in your packs that you can set up, so there's like a nice warm glow.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
only thing that would seem like out of place are letters on the wall that reference like my family back in the like my sisters and my parents and what life was like before and like what I imagine their lives are like now and how Farah and her girlfriend Iris, yeah, Farah and Iris are almost forgot your name for a second.
How dare you?
How I imagine Bear and Iris are doing, and then like I'm missing. Oh my God, I forgot Sarah. I forgot your character's name.
Jenny.
Jenny. How,
Jenny.
yeah,
Okay.
Jenny and her
soup.
girlfriend are doing. And like what I like, there are pictures of Iris's chocolate chip cookies and Jenny's like other baked goods. And I'm like, things that I've missed. And then there's like fake screens of like Call of Duty for whenever I pretend to play or something.
That's so cute. I
Yeah.
love that.
It's just things that you got like your characters wouldn't recognize, but like it's a Wave's old life that they were like whenever they feel like they're missing it. It's just things that they've drawn, things that they wrote out that they remember.
As I walk past, I'm gonna like kind of side eye you for a second in like an acknowledgement and a respect way, and I'm gonna point at the cookies, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, those look like they were fucking good," and I'm gonna go get ready for bed.
You know what? I wouldn't remember because we forgot to eat them. We left them in the car.
Oh, that's right.
I can also cast dancing lights, so there's just like 4 ethereal blue flames
perfect.
floating around.
And Florence, as you do that, you see everyone sort of getting ready for bed in their various areas of Waverly's home here. And your eyes are drawn to Hestia, who's sort of setting herself up for a nice rest.
I'll sort of like, without speaking, try to catch Hestia's eyes and just like sort of like focusing to see if you ever look at me.
Yeah, after maybe 5 seconds, I'll feel the gaze and I'll look over.
I just sort of like gesture my head towards the door.
I'm going to get some air.
I'm leaving for a moment. And I'll follow after.
Okay.
And once we're outside, I'll just sort of like awkwardly stand there for a while, like looking up at the rain. And so, does this seem defensible?
I mean, it's a hut in the middle of nowhere. I would assume that it's... I can't imagine why anybody would want to come here, but I can definitely take an extra look as well. Maybe before I'll go to bed, I'll set up a couple of perimeter traps.
Perhaps we'll insult the dragon into assuming that we're stronger because we would defense ourselves in such a terrible place.
You
Seeing
think that
as-
would work?
No. I think
Oh,
I think if it decides to scry on us and sees that we are in a dirty hole, it might just send, or it might just fly over and shock us.
Might
We'll
just- yeah.
probably die in our sleep.
Well, that's one way to go, I suppose.
I decided. I felt. I think I need to talk to you. And both retroactively and preemptively apologize.
Well, I've never had anybody say that to me before, so I don't exactly understand. Are you going to offend me?
Not offend, but either upset or worry. Ideally, worried would be a safer bet than upset. I feel like we argued on the giant bug about lying or withholding information about our past and things that might hinder the team.
I recall.
I wanted to first apologize for insinuating that it was not important, and then preemptively apologize for the thing I'm about to tell you.
Somehow this is slightly more terrifying than your ghosty door, but proceed.
I would hope if anyone understands how complex and benign most conversations can be, it would be you, and I'm simply trying to pad what I have to say in a roundabout, colloquial...
Please, just do it.
I bear a curse. A useful curse, but a somewhat problematic curse. One that I fear is catching up on me.
Okay. How does this affect the team?
My bloodline is granted a luck. Not all chances get it, but some are born with it, and they're capable of doing extraordinary things. Surviving insurmountable odds, achieving great wealth, finding love, surviving when an entire army that you dedicate yourself to dies in a one foul sweep. But inevitably, years, decades, that luck will run out. The stories that I recount during battle to bolster us are the stories of my family who have met their end due to this curse. I fear that you may be down one number soon.
I'm going to ask you to speak plainly with me.
Oh, I thought you needed more clarification. I'm incredibly lucky due to a curse on my bloodline, but I'm going to die because of that. I don't know when, and honestly, I don't know how. But no chance who has been gifted this luck has ever survived when it runs out.
And you're telling me this now. Why?
Well, we're friends, and I feel like I didn't approach your suspicion friendly enough last time, and honestly, I think I could feel it during our encounter with the dragon protecting me.
So you feel it approaching?
And it's never happened to me before, but one can only be so lucky for so long.
If it's a curse, is there not a chance that you can be uncursed?
I suppose.
If we have 2 cursed people in our party, who knows? There's an old lady talking to Noxx, maybe a third. So why don't we all just go to, I don't know, the churches or whatever people do, and we just get you all fixed?
Certainly worth a try, but this hasn't been around for 2 or 3 generations. My family has had this for far longer than I can recall through history.
So we just do nothing?
We hope that my luck continues long enough that we can solve this, but honestly, I didn't want to keep running headlong into things, because if we don't have a plan and use the luck that we are offered now, it may be frivolous trying to use it.
Then I thank you for telling me this is important information to disclose. I think, I wonder, I mean, myself and Acacius, we are paladins. Maybe, I know that we are on a crunch for time, but I'm not in the mind of losing you. So, I think we move forward, conserving your luck. We will plan. We will be more considerate. The team must work more so as a team. No more rash decisions. We plan every day meticulously, and we make sure that you do not need to use your luck if not like life or death. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And we make it a priority to look into these curses for you and also for Waverly.
If I'm being honest, and no shade to yourself, I'm going to reach into my jacket pocket and pull out the metal case that my cards come in. I'm not too sure if you're capable. And I'm going to flick it open, and inside there are no cards. But instead, on the surface in the interior, there's almost like a black nothingness, like a void that exists on the inside of the case. And I just sort of like reach a finger in and pull out a card. A gift. And I'll spin it and put it back in and close it. I don't know what from, but if I ever learn that, I'm sure I'll let them know that you're going to cure me.
If I make my mind up to do something, I will get it done.
I appreciate that. I haven't seen you fail anything that you've put your mind to yet.
And Hestia just has a little bit of a light smile. Now we should rest, and I should set up some perimeter traps. Not that I don't think they will do any good against a dragon, but maybe just to put our mind at ease.
Yes, I imagine there are several lone wolves that probably wander this area asking for scraps from Waverly.
That is probably true.
I'm going to go collapse on the dirty floor of this hole and not think about the bugs that will probably crawl on me.
Good night.
And
As you walk in, you see that Acacius has created a beautiful moss mat for you. So it's not true
Yeah.
dirt floor, but it is something slightly better.
Freaking knew it.
Just like all the tension in Florence's muscles, I think just sort of like relieve a little bit saying that, and just nods at you, Acacius, and goes over and tries to hang her coat on something, and then looks. I think I grabbed my hat from Noxx and puts that up and lies down very awkwardly on the moss and tries to go to sleep.
And as you all get ready to rest, you also all level up.
Hey!
You guys insult my entire cave.
Not to your
Oh.
face.
First half of
You
the
said I could
conversation.
sleep wherever, whatever. There's no spot. Everyone else gets a spot, and Acacius is just fucking around. Yeah, we're insulting
I
it.
gave you free reign. I did. I gave everybody specific spots. You can pick wherever, dude. Anyway.
All right. And that's where we're going to end our episode for today, which means I pass it over to Rachel to take us out.
Yeah, holy shit, that was something. Yeah, thanks so much everyone for joining us. We hope you had a fun time, was entertained, because we had a good time. It was a lot, but we had a great time doing it. We love doing this kind of stuff. It's so crazy over here. If you did have a good time and you want to show your support, the best way to support us is by heading on over to patreon.com/Tabletop Tiddies. When you become a patron, you get access to so many cool things, like the after show we're about to record after we go off the air. We're going to talk about everything
I
that
got a lot
just
to talk
happened.
about,
Holy
apparently.
shit, this one is going to
my
be
God.
spicy.
I'm just
So
reading the
make
chat.
sure you get over to Patreon and make sure you're subscribed to all of the good stuff so you get access to that, because it's going to be real good. You also get access to a bunch of bonus episodes, behind the scenes content, miniseries, and so much more. So go check it out. Yeah, you know what? It's still September. It's still September as well. So you know what? You should, like we said before, you should subscribe to us on Twitch if you have not already. If you enjoyed it, have you not? Come on now.
And YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe
Yeah,
on YouTube,
YouTube.
too. Do it.
September
Spotify?
26th
You
right
can
now.
do
You've
that.
got a few more
Apple
days.
Music?
And in September, you get to save 30% off on new subs until October 1st at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So, clock's ticking. Get those subs in, baby. We also have a merch store. If you saw the show tonight, and if you saw my cool Borba shirt, well, damn, that's a cool shirt. Where do I get that? You get that at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. We have so many things there. It's really cool. It's like all of our logos, our character art, any cool sayings that we come up with that we're like, ooh, that's catchy. We should put that on a t-shirt. We'll put it on a t-shirt for you. Don't worry about it. We got you. So you should go over there and check it out. Last but not least, make sure to follow us on social media as well at Tabletop Tiddies, because we'll tell you all the things happening. Any special events, every time we're about to go live, you'll find out about it there first. So make sure you're following us over there, and you can find all of this information on our website as well, which is tabletoptiddies.com. And remember, when we say titties, it's with double D's, baby. Woo. We will see you next time.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.